hard-earned money going up in smoke. This image is likely to be going through the minds of many Italian taxpayers. A number of banks in the country are near bankrupt, so the government stepped in to rescue them, and taxpayers have to foot the bill.
The Italian state is mobilizing resources for this operation, a maximum of $19 billion. The Italian state intends and will probably manage to recuperate some of the costs in the medium term.
The move follows a warning by the European Union that Banca Popolare di Vicenza and Veneto Banca are failing. Italy's largest lender, Intesa Sanpaolo, has bought them for less than $2. Now it will get billions more from taxpayers to turn their fortunes. They're already paying $7.5 billion to bail out the country's oldest bank, Monte dei Paschi. And many other banks in the country are also in trouble, so taxpayers expect more pain.
We will pay for everything. The citizens always pay. No one seems to understand. The government saves banks and we pay for it.
Italians aren't the only ones paying to fix their banks. Since 2007, the cost of bailouts in the United States has exceeded $29 trillion. Taxpayers in the United Kingdom, Iceland, Spain and many other countries have also paid billions to save banks in their countries.
It's not good for taxpayers, and from an ethical and moral standpoint, it isn't positive either. If you make a mistake, if you don't work economically, one should carry the risk and be sanctioned. But that's not true for banks, and it's the sole point of our capitalist system that banks can't actually go bankrupt.
On Monday, stock prices for Italian banks ticked higher on the hopes that the bailout will revive the ailing sector. If it doesn't work, taxpayers will once again be picking up any losses. Mobin Nasir, TRT World.
So our editor-at-large Craig Copetas is in Paris for more on this. Craig, thanks for joining us once again. So is the worst over for Italian banks? The markets seem to think so.
Well, never eat at a place called Mom's, never play cards with a man called Doc, and never put your money in a bank whose assets are valued at €1. This is, I think it's as simple, it is as simple as that. And what you hear all the Italian government officials trying to do is make a very simple situation try to sound very complex. These banks have over 200 billion euros of bad loans. They lent money to people who they knew couldn't pay it back, and this is what happens.
Craig, rewind for a second for us. How did Italy get into such a mess?
They loaned money to individuals and institutions who couldn't repay. That's the lead, that's the simple thing. But the undercurrent here is that the Italian government and the EU in this deal and all their other bank bailout deals operate on the assumption that private creditors are going to cover these bank failure costs rather than the taxpayers. In fact, the European Union actually issued an ukaz to circumvent what they actually wanted to do to have, and then have the taxpayers come in here.
Okay, so, Craig, but let's listen to what the economy minister, Mr. Pier Carlo Padoan, said. He says those who criticise us should say what a better alternative would have been. I can't see it, he says. He does have a point, right? What is the alternative to this?
The alternative is you let the bank fail. And as far as the Italian Ministry of Finance, these guys have wiggled, wriggled, and weaseled their way out of rules to avoid losses to their bondholders. Okay, and where they're going to pay the price here is you're going to see deposit flight risk now. Question, Azar, any one of our viewers, please call us right now if you want to put your money in an Italian bank. This is a clown shop that's going on down there. And as Mobin's report suggested, it's going to continue. For how long are these governments going to bail out their own, bail out their banks using taxpayer money in violation of EU scripture?
Feel free to contact Craig Copetas directly. His mobile number is on our website.